If you're confused about politics in the United States, stay tuned because Michael Diamond is here. He's going to explain it all to you. Before that, though, please keep us on the air. We're not paid by Justin Trudeau's Prime Minister's office like a lot of the other media, and we give honest opinions out there. So please subscribe and donate when you can. Michael Diamond, Upstream, smart strategist. You've just been down in the States. Canadians look down there and they say, wow, it looks like a dog's breakfast. Is it a dog's breakfast?
Oh, I think that's actually favorable. It looks more like a dumpster fire, but dog's breakfast is fine. But I'll tell you, I was in Las Vegas playing at several tables, and as folks were talking about politics there, when they found out I was Canadian, at each and every time this came up, they pivoted from talking about how terrible their options were to how terrible our Prime Minister is. So, they don't look at us as being any less of a dumpster fire than we may look at them.
Well, that's true, but you know what? We're going to have an election, hopefully, within a year.
Not soon enough.
Yeah, not soon enough. I agree with you, but hopefully within a year. And there are some options. In the States, for many, many reasons, I just look at all these people in the States, 360 million, whatever it is, and these two people are running for president.
Yeah, and look, I mean, this has been said in now 2024. It was said in 2020. It was said in 2016. I remember Lindsey Graham tweeted, I believe it was on election day, a country of 330 so million people, and these are our two best options, and it was Trump and Hillary. So now you have Trump running again for the third time. It hasn't always been like this, obviously. I'm not a fan of Barack Obama, but Barack Obama is a very smart man and a very caring man and a very thoughtful man. Ditto for Mitt Romney in the 2012 election, and John McCain before that, and that has been a stark departure now, where we're looking at these candidates as choosing between the lesser of two evils and choosing between competing visions.
Well, I mean, so is it just like competing visions, and the United States seems to be split 50-50 down there, but also even the quality of candidate is not what anybody thinks it should be. So is it the fact that the United States is splitting up with visions of what government should be doing? Or is it the fact that it's just got some less than desirable people running?
Well, I think, look, I mean, the Americans, I used to be really favorable on their nomination process, the open primaries that are run like an election. Well, Kamala Harris was able to avoid that. So Kamala Harris was avoid that. She was not selected like a typical candidate for president. Donald Trump, the Republican Party, has become a cult-like worship circle of Donald Trump. So no one was going to beat him in that process, because these elections are decided, turnout is low, and they're decided by people who show up. So it didn't produce optimum results on the Republican side. The Democrat side, it was all entirely bypassed.
Yeah, it was just an inside job. And so, do you think there'll be some healing afterwards? Every presidential election is divisive, but then afterwards they say, well, we're Americans, and we're all going to pull together.
Well, that was true until last time, when the crybaby loser and his supporters stormed the Capitol to try and stop the result. The outgoing president who lost, calling the governor of Georgia to find more votes in a quote-unquote perfect phone call. So that had been true, but Donald Trump does not follow norms and procedures and traditions.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like a dog's breakfast. I was right. 3 minutes, thanks. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.